Right, starting your Harley Davidson 45, which is pretty much the same as any sort of Harley, really, to be honest with you. Obviously some different bits and pieces, but it's generally the same generic kind of bike. So the first thing you want to do is turn your fuel on, yeah?
Okay.
Right, so that's your standard fuel tap.
Yep.
On a 45. This is your petrol tank there, petrol filler. That's your oil tank there. Okay.
Yep.
You've got a dipstick. Check your oil level. Okay.
Yep.
Right, so your fuel tap up to about, I think 58, somewhere around about then, is like this.
Yeah.
So all you do is undo it. It's threaded. As you screw it in, there's a taper on the bottom, stops the fuel coming to the carburetor.
Okay.
Okay, so undo it. Then you can lift it up like that. That's reserve.
Okay.
So just undo it. So it's not on the thread, and that's normal fuel on. Next thing to do is set your choke, because you set your choke to prime the bike. Let's take that off. Right, choke is literally what it says. It's choking the bike of air.
Okay.
Okay, that's choke off.
Yep.
So you're not choking the engine at all.
Okay.
Okay. That is full choke.
Is that all? Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. Now what it does, this is your idle adjustment screw for mixture. That's how much fuel to air ratio you've got.
Yep.
If you watch that, when you put the choke on, that is a needle that goes all the way into the bottom of the carburetor.
Yeah.
It's got a taper on it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Which will dribble a small amount of fuel through at idle.
Yeah.
Yeah? When the bike's running. So if you undo that, the taper's coming out of its seat. So you're richening your mixture.
Yeah.
Screw it in, you're weakening your mixture.
Right.
Okay? So when you put your choke on, look, it lifts that needle out.
Right.
So it's letting more and more and more fuel through.
Yeah.
Okay? Now when you kick the bike over now, with the ignition off,
Yeah.
you give it full throttle, so your back butterfly here is letting air and fuel through.
Yeah.
This primarily is choking your air, so when you prime it, all it's doing is putting neat fuel down into the barrels.
Okay.
Okay? You should kick it 3 times. So full choke, full throttle, kick it 3 times. We've got the air filter off so you can see there.
Yeah.
That should dribble fuel out. So after 3 kicks, if it's right,
Yeah.
fuel dribbling?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go then. So it's got a little bit of fuel there. Now you come down 2 clicks. So 1, 2. You know you've got loads of fuel in there. That's letting a bit of air in there,
Yeah.
not full air. Okay?
Yeah.
Shut your throttle back off. Right, next thing to do, your left hand handlebar is your ignition advance and retard.
And what is advance and retard?
Moving the point when the spark occurs within the barrel on the rotation of the engine.
Okay.
That's your advance and retard.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you set your timing manually, you put your marks on the flywheel, dead upright through your sight hole.
Yeah.
You set your points just opening when that is set there. Okay, so that's for optimal running once you've started the bike. Okay? When you're riding the bike around, you want that there. When you're starting the bike, you want to retard the ignition to there.
Right. Okay.
Okay? So that means it's sparking closer to top dead centre.
Yeah.
Because you're compressing all your mixture. Compression. If you have it sparking when the piston's that far away from the top, you're going to try and kick you back.
Right.
If you compressed it all the way out to the top and you spark there, it's not going to kick you back.
Yeah.
Okay? So you set that to that. You've done your prime. Fuel's on, obviously, no ignition. You've put your throttle back so you don't, or if you start it with the throttle, it's easy done. Leave the throttle wide open when you primed it, it'll rev like hell.
Yeah, of course.
So ignition on, set that, you've done your prime, should, in quotes, go first kick.
Okay.
Okay? Of course it doesn't. Right. I love a bit of Harley.
So why would that be not starting point?
Possibly not enough fuel from when we primed it and we've left it for quite a while.
Okay. So there is a bit of a timing issue between...
Yeah, you want to, once it's primed, you want to give it a kick.
Almost straight away.
Yeah. Right, so let's prime her again. So we know the fuel's on. Don't know how much fuel is in it, so I'll put it on reserve. Okay, so full throttle, no ignition, full choke. Should be 3 kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel there. 2 clicks down on the choke, throttle back off, advance and retard set to the outside, ignition on. Come straight back on your timing, yeah? You leave the choke for a little while, hear it's running lumpy, too much choke. Choke off. So pretty much, you can leave the choke on for a little bit, but your advance and retard, you want to bring back into the engine as soon as it fires, yeah?
Okay.
If you listen, you advance and retard it, hear it slow down. Yeah? So if you can sit at traffic lights if you want and just knock it back to that. When you're riding, you want it there. Oil light's gone out, generator light's still on, which is not unusual. Headlamp's on, generator light goes out. Yeah, so your choke you can leave on for a little bit, but generally, your advance and retard you want to whack straight back. Leave your choke for a little bit if it's a very cold day. As long as you come off of it in the end. That then, even with that little bit of heat in it, should go first kick now. I'll turn it off. You know your bike, as I've said before, but general rule of thumb, always set your retard back again.
Yeah.
Okay? So ignition on, that should go pretty much first kick. You might have to give it a little bit of hand throttle because it's slowed down, but straight back on the advance retard. So basically, as long as you follow that procedure,
Yeah.
if an engine's been sitting a long time, the funny thing is you have to wait for them to get what we call wetted up. So you can do all of that on a bike that's been sitting for a fresh built engine for a year and it won't start. You'd have to keep kicking it until it gets all the oils around it and all the juice around it, sealing the rings back up and everything.
Yeah.
But generally, as I say, when they don't need a lot of heat in them once they're done. I mean, that would start with the ignition on advance.
Yeah.
But if it does kick back, it can do damage, like we know on the gearboxes and things, yeah? You don't have to kick them hard. That's it. When they're set up right, it should be 3 prime kicks. You can't really tell on them with the air filter on.
Yeah.
But take it for granted that your 3 prime kicks are going to do it okay.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go first kick, prime it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then try it again.
Sometimes I watch it when you start them up. You take the choke off very quickly.
Yes, you can do. When it's warm weather, you know.
Okay, depends on the
if you're sitting
weather.
in like -40 in Canada, then you want to just let it warm up for a little bit on the choke. But you'll soon tell they start getting lumpy.
Yeah.
You know, black smoke. So you want to take your choke off.
And on that advance and retard, you said if you were in traffic, you could then...
You can slow it down on your advance and retard.
If you forgot to then take it back off again...
Oh, you soon know the minute you try to pull away, it'd just have no poke at all.
Okay.
So yeah, you just bring it back round to on advance. If you've had one 5 years and you know the bike inside out, you'll know you don't need to retard it then. You'll know you don't need to do this. Some of them only take 1 kick to prime them. Some take 5 kicks to prime them. They're, it's
individual, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's 80-90 year old technology. When everything's brand spanking new, they will start as per it says, like that. But if you got things that are slightly worn, valve seat's gone, valve guide's a little bit worn, it might take 4 prime kicks. It might take 5.
Yeah.
But generally, they're so agricultural, they should go first kick if the timing's on point. Yeah.